Kare AI is a generative AI powered procurement intelligence platform. It's predominantly meant for large providers, pharma, life sciences companies globally. And its core objective is to sort of optimize, analyze software spend across different business units, across different teams, and ensure that companies are able to drive more profitability, save more money through a more consolidated, more intelligent way of managing software lifecycle.
How does your system, I mean, your company is disrupting the software procurement process for the entire healthcare industry?
Yeah, no, the way we are disrupting this industry is firstly to bring in a lot of digitalization of existing data. So a lot of different functions within a large enterprise have been driving innovation and automation for a long time. Procurement is one, surprisingly, which has not seen any innovation for a long time. And the way we are doing it is we want to first centralize, digitalize all the data that you have, that an enterprise has, and then apply our own proprietary logic, algorithms, and AI on top of it, and then offer our customers the ability to look at that data in a different way, right? So what kind of softwares do they have? What kind of licensing they already have? How many are compliant and non-compliant or partially compliant? And what is categories of different the spend, where is the revenue leakage. So this has not been looked at a much granular level right now in the market. So we want to disrupt that. And then when we bring in generative AI, that becomes a completely different value proposition altogether, because then we are saying in natural language you can ask customers, natural language, you can basically query what you already have, what's your current spend. If they wanted to buy some specific software for some specific functions, they could easily do that instead of months of sales cycles and RFPs that go into weeks sometimes. So we are really trying to make it as efficient, as simpler, as quick to procure and manage software. That's about it.
As you said about generative AI, how do you think the industry is adapting to this new technology or new advancement that you are speaking about? And what's your experience on it whenever you go to countries where you are introducing this new system, and how the industry is taking it?
Yeah, I mean, fair point. We are seeing a lot of interest for generative AI. As you can imagine, there's a lot of hype around it. However, not everyone knows how to, what kind of use cases to start with that can leverage generative AI. How do they go about implementing it? How do you measure outcomes from it? Of course, there are the ethical and security issues that crop up with any new technology that comes up. But I think the use cases go far and beyond sort of core business. We've seen is there is tremendous interest in our application of generative AI for procurement specifically, both on the vendor side and the buyer side. So I am very, very positive, and I'm really impressed with the event that happened, the interest that it generated for using generative AI, and a lot of conversational abilities in procurement specifically. I think that's very encouraging to see. I think one of the main aspects is security. I mean, because generative AI leverages a lot of data that the customer has and build those large language models. How much of that is safe enough to be consumed by these generative AI applications? So compliance is a major issue. Security, data security, information security is an issue. And these are, when cloud came in, for example, everyone had issues in terms of moving their data from on-prem to cloud because of compliance and security issues. But today, everyone puts all their core data on the cloud. So there is always an evolution to new technology. There's always going to be ethical, security, application-related issues. But for me, the biggest challenge is not this. For me, the biggest challenge is how do you evangelize, how do you educate large enterprise customers as well as vendors to leverage this technology in the right way, right? Of course, ChatGPT has opened up new possibilities, but there is so much more to generative AI. How can you build your own large language model? How can you build your own data sets? And how can you curate synthetic data out of that, right? So it's still evolving. I think there's still a lot of things to be done, but I think we'll get there eventually in a few years' time where generative AI will be a mainstream and not just a edge technology or something cool to have, right? Thank you.